On the 70th birthday, he expressed this wish of returning to India back, especially the liberated India, we have to understand, because we liberated in 1947 August 15th, and in September was his birthday, 70th birthday. In that birthday, he expressed this wish of coming back to by India and spent his remaining life in India itself. That shows how much love and affection he was having towards India, that is Bharat. And as we are aware, Sri Lanka is part of the greater Bharat. Political administration may be different. Culturally, spiritually, we are same. And if you see Dr. Anura Mantunga and our madam, you cannot feel any difference. They look alike. And yesterday I got confused with Dr. Deepak, Dr. Anura Mantunga. Actually, I spoke to Dr. Deepak, where you are staying in Sri Lanka. Because you cannot differentiate between Sri Lankans and Indians, because we are part of the greater Bharat. That's why I said there is no difference between the Indians or Sri Lankan people, either culturally or spiritually. And wherever Ananda Commaraswamy wrote, he wrote only Indian culture, Indian this thing. He has not separated India, Sri Lanka from India. The same thinking is everywhere, from Nepal to Sri Lanka or Malaysia or other our neighboring countries. It is part of the greater Bharat. That's why I thought this, we are having the cultural, this thing, commonality between us. And I especially want to tell one thing about the Sri Lankans. I like their names very much. So beautiful names. Vikram Ranatunge, Sirimao Bandar Naiki, and Pakka Sanskrit names with very good meaning. Therefore, I really personally like the names of the Sri Lankans. It is very attractive and meaningful. With this introductory note, I want to request Professor Kannan. Before that, Dr. G.B.Harisha to summarize today's seminar.
With great honor and respect, I really congratulate the organizers, namely the Indira Gandhi National Center for Arts Regional Center, Bengaluru, and the Mythic Society coming together and organizing such a wonderful seminar for 2 days. Because when we know that Yojakas Tattva Durlabha, but when ideas are many, but to execute it, you need always people who are committed. So this concept was there with IGNCA and with the Mythic Society. When our friend Mahendra, he was there with Karnataka Rajya Political Academy. At that time only there was a seed thought that there should be one seminar on Ananda Commaraswamy. But somehow the artistic community and the art historians, always there is a little bit of a difference. Artists feel that only workshops on art, metallurgy, or metal casting, or painting workshops, that is the work of the academy. Any Sahitya literature related to art, it is the work of the Sahitya Academy. Sahitya Academy is not doing that. That was means it is doing its work, not related to the Kala Sahitya, art literature. So therefore, it was nobody's baby, nobody's child. So it was, that's why Mythic Society came to the rescue, and this was organized when Mahendra's position changed. He became the regional director for Bangalore IGNCA at that time under the guidance of Dr. Chudamani and Gopal and Sri V. Nagarajji, the honorary secretary of Mythic Society. This was taken up, and a lot of deliberations and discussions happened. The first meeting happened in IGNCA, and later many meetings took place here also in the Mythic Society, and online meetings were there, and one WhatsApp group was created to discuss about the day-to-day happenings, and therefore we are here from 2 days enjoying tea, food, and mainly lectures. I started with Bhojana, but the main part is for the brain, for the heart. So means it's a valedictory function, and we are all eagerly waiting to Professor K.S. Kannan, who is really the authority on Ananda Commaraswamy. With all sincerity I am telling this. Because I have been hearing to him since my student days. He is not aware of it. When he was giving talks, I used to come from Mysore. I was a PhD student in Jainology department. Anantarangachar, N.S. Anantarangachar, then so Naishadha ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅವರು ಯಾರು ನೈಷಧ ಹಳಬರು M.T. Srinivasa Iyengaru. Many were giving lectures both in GPA, Gokul Institute of Public Affairs, and the old Indian Institute of World Culture. He used to come there and listen to him. We were very much, the whole generation of people were benefited by his scholarship and his humility. And because of the great support of Madam Vidushi Meera Kannanji, so they were there in Chennai, and they were brought back to, as Ananda Commaraswamy wanted to come and settle down in India. Now they were there from here only. They were there for the work in IIT Madras, back to Bangalore. So in this background, I will not take much time, because the duty given to me by the organizers is to recollect, like a recap what happened in 2 days, especially related to the deliberations. On the day one, yesterday, it was started in the Centenary Hall, a very prestigious hall, where Rama Kumaraswamy also came, and the art piece Bhavachitra, written by artist Kamalesh. It is here. It was garlanded, and P. Nagaraj spoke, and he called Ananda Commaraswamy as a Pathadarshaka, path shower. So that is the word used by him. And also he mentioned that why we are organizing Ananda Commaraswamy now, because it says that Ananda Commaraswamy's relevance for today's world. Ananda Commaraswamy or Agatyate. So that is, he told, that Nagaraj told that Bharat, the concept, there is lot of churning going on about what is Bharat. The idea of India, so many books and seminars are going on. India Conclave is a very famous program conducted, and many other organizations and platforms, they are discussing about the concept of Bharat. So what is the concept of Bharat? To understand it properly, we need the support from the literature of Ananda Commaraswamy. Therefore, we are organizing. And also he recollected that in 1979, August 22nd, artist Kamalesh, the artwork made by him was inaugurated. And in 1991, Rama Kumaraswamy came here and he gave a lecture in his very hall, his hall below at the Mythic Society. So basically, to continue the churning about the concept of Bharat, we are conducting this seminar. That was told by the Honorary Secretary, Sri Nagarajji. And Ganesh, Shatabdhani Ganesh, he gave the he also gave a lecture in the inauguration session. He told that when that Bhavachitra was inaugurated, I was a student in the Vishweshwarya Technical University, and I was a devout student of Mythic Society. I used to come here, and I used to get a lot of benefit from the library. So I owe a lot of things to my scholarship, many things to the Mythic Society library. So there he raised a question, Ganesh raised a question about idealism. He said that we need idealists, because the world has become so practical. It is very difficult to find the idealist. Such people are needed, and Ananda Commaraswamy was one such idealist. And also he raised this question of, took this question of Varna and Ashrama. According to, or in the writings of Ananda Commaraswamy, he is adherent to the concept of Varna and Ashrama in its original sense, not in this distorted sense. And he also told that Brahma and Kshatra, he mentioned that, and he identified some sources for Ananda Commaraswamy's intellectuality. One is from the Brahmanas, Vedic literature, Purana, Upanishads, Vedas, and like that. Second one from Buddhism, from teachings of the Lord Buddha, and later writings in the Nikaya literature and by Nagarjuna and others. And third one to the Abrahamic sources. He used the word Abrahamic. Some people use Semitic, Ganesh used Abrahamic. Eckhart and Rumi. These were the scholars he mentioned. And also he mentioned Ananda Commaraswamy drew inspiration from the Chinese sources. But he emphasized that for him, according to Dr. Ganesh, Vedanta was very Paramapriya, was very dear to Ananda Commaraswamy's thought, in that especially Acharya Shankara's Bhashyas were very near to him. Then Philosophia Perennis was the philosophy of Ananda Commaraswamy, that is eternal philosophy is there, and to attain that eternal philosophy you should be ready to do the Atma Yajna, the self-sacrifice that was given. And he also, with great humility and great respect, he also raised some questions about the body, the corpus of knowledge created by Ananda Commaraswamy. What is his position on Teka and Rasa? I think Dr. Kandan is an authority on that poetics, Sanskrit poetics. And he mentioned that why there is not much reference or very insignificant reference to Anandavardhana and Abhinavagupta. Morning also that discussion came in today's this one also. And he said that no gradation in art. That is the approach of Ananda Commaraswamy, which is a problematic approach. From the practical artistic perspective, he told the world, Vappuvudu Kashta. It is difficult to agree. That was told by Ganesh. And also he gave the Samadhana to it that since he wrote all this literature, 80 plus or 60 plus books and 1000 articles over a period of 40 years, so naturally there may be some self-contradictions in his writings. But however, as Vivekananda is there in our social reformers and cultural renaissance personalities list, so is Ananda Commaraswamy. By reading him, you will get so much of respect, energy about our own culture, about our own Sanatana Dharma and civilization. Therefore, it is very essential to read and revisit Ananda Commaraswamy. These were some of the highlights. And Dr. Chudamani Nandagopal's was a fantastic presentation. That was the keynote address which occurred in this hall. She gave the complete picture about the fieldwork, what she has done in various places, about the Buddhist places and about the Vedic places, Vedic yajnas, where they took place, how the team under her leadership, IGNCA, they conducted the seminars and many fieldworks. And she, in each of the slides, she associated where the team drew inspiration, insights to this project. They drew mainly from Ananda Commaraswamy, followed by Stella Kramarish, then Dr. Kapila Vatsyayan, Vasudev Sharan Agarwal, and Bettina Balmer. All those great names were given in the proper context. And Kapila Vatsayana and her team should be credited for bringing so many great publications under IGNCA, including the Kala Tattva Kosha. That was also remembered. And very important thing what in the keynote address came was that Ananda Commaraswamy never got out of frame. That means he was well within the frame of the context. He was speaking in a very particular context of a civilizational context, of a particular text or of a scene. Within that scenario, he is talking in a very clear sense. So therefore, it was a very important keynote address which was useful for the following speakers. And the presentation by Anura Manatunga. So he gave the importance of Ananda Commaraswamy in Sri Lankan art history. It's a very interesting thing. Really, it's an international seminar. Sometimes when we call it as an international seminar, it is between Bangalore and Mysore, Bangalore and Tumkur, Bangalore and Dharwad, or Bangalore and Patna. Sometimes it happens. Let us be true to ourselves. But really, it was an international seminar. Again, thanks to the Mythic Society and to AGNC, especially to Dr. Chudamani Nandagopal for bringing out such eminent speakers. So, what is the perspective of Sri Lankan scholarship on Ananda Commaraswamy? That we came to know through both the speakers. Second one, how Sri Lankan people are viewing, they are respecting Ananda Commaraswamy. That also we came to know. Importance of Ananda Commaraswamy in Sri Lankan art history was given emphasis in Anura Manatunga's presentation. The emphasis was given on art and crafts of the Kandian Sinhalese art. Normally when the Indologists they write, or Sinhalese experts they write, they will take Anuradhapura or the other parts, the northern part of Sri Lanka, because it is near to India geographically. But the central and the southern part of Sri Lanka, or the western and eastern part of Sri Lanka, it will not be given much importance. And he also mentioned among the Sri Lankan scholars also, the Buddhist images and other kind of sculptures and upon which the painting has been done in the Kandian art, it was considered as not so great, little bit inferior. But Ananda Commaraswamy, he gave expression to it, explanation to it. Therefore, he elevated the stature of the Kandyan art and placed it properly at the international scale of audience. So, medieval Sinhalese art, I know that he used a different word where he says medieval, he says pre-modern times according to Manatunga, but Kumaraswamy uses the medieval Sinhalese art. Appreciation of the value of Kandyan mural paintings, that was highlighted by showing many PowerPoint presentations, and much neglected Buddhist artifacts, murals were brought to the light for the benefit of scholars by the hard work of Ananda Commaraswamy. So that was the thing, and I gave a presentation on spirituality and temporal power. And later, Dr. Laura Weinstein from US, she is the curator for Ananda Commaraswamy Center, curator for South Asian and Islamic Art, Museum of Fine Arts, Boston. It was a pre-recorded session because it was midnight in US yesterday and today also. So therefore, that was recorded and given to us. She gave what kind of artifacts, items are there listed, and what are there already documented or recorded, and how it can be used, what is the current work going on. Yesterday we were shown some rare photographs of Ananda Commaraswamy, which many of us have seen for the first time. Ananda Commaraswamy with his team in the Boston Museum, which was first time, at least I saw it for the first time. So thanks to Dr. Laura Weinstein. And today we had two beautiful presentations. One presentation was from Professor Deepak Kunal. It was churning, the real Manthana was happening. So when the art history was at a nascent stage, Shaishavavastha, then Ananda Commaraswamy entered the field, and the great works, what he did, that was given. And he mentioned about Roger Lipsy, mentioning about Ananda Commaraswamy, that he was the first global thinker in the field of art. That is very true also. And also he later narrowed down his presentation into one particular aspect, that is making more about critique of Ananda Commaraswamy. I mean, first is appreciation, then about Vimarsha, about Ananda Commaraswamy in the right spirit. He took examples from the book Paroksha, quoting Ratan Pariyu, then Kapila Vatshayana, then Sharad Deshpande, maybe many other scholars, but I have noted down these names. And what are the areas where we can again explore Ananda Commaraswamy and revisit him, or according to Dr. Deepak Kunal, cerebralism and spiritualism. That means more about intellectuality and spirituality. These two things exist in Ananda Commaraswamy, which plays an important or a predominant role in him. That is the one. Or to put it in another way, the feeling versus the vulnerability of the artist. That was discussed. And he also drew our attention, though Ananda Commaraswamy is a giant or a monster, he only mentioned in the field of literature or in the field of Indology, but Stella Kramer's work on Chitrasutra was available. He was wondering why it was not used by Ananda Commaraswamy according to him. And he was not keen on the bhavana part of our Indian aesthetics. Mainly he was focusing on intellect, not on the intuition part. So that was the one major part of his presentation. Second one, why Ananda Commaraswamy is not so keen on Rasa and Dhvani, as explained by Abhinav Gupta and before him Anandavardhana. Third one, he mentioned that Shukraniti Sara, he treats it as a very important text to understand ancient Indian political system, but is a doubtful text. So that is the point he told. And different examples are also he gave, and also he gave that though Rola Bartha's book came later, but the seed thought of birth of the author and death of the author and birth of the reader, Rola Bartha's very famous theory, which we all use in the field of literature, that is there. Therefore, one art piece, even one art historian's book or article, can be interpreted in different ways. It cannot be thus far and no further. Approach cannot be taken here. So even later, Dr. Kulkarni also seconded it in a different way. So that was the discussion which happened. And then the final one was by Dr. Mallika Rajaratnam. Now she gave a very broader picture about Ananda Commaraswamy's spiritual entity in Ananda Commaraswamy. Secularly spiritualism. She described his spirituality as secular spiritualism, and it is not a utopian. Normally when we talk about spirituality, it is considered as impractical, but she told it is not utopian spirituality. Ananda Commaraswamy's thoughts are based on Upanishads. Again and again she emphasized that Also, she mentioned 3-4 important schools of thoughts which influenced Ananda Commaraswamy and worked as a bedrock for his philosophy of understanding art, metaphysics, and civilization. One is Plato, another is Upanishads, mainly Shankara, then Kant and Nagarjuna. All of them, they are giving importance to Samabhava and Samatva. That is the point she made us to think. And knowing India was a conscious process for Ananda Commaraswamy, that was told. And Asian philosophy, she gave more importance to the Asian philosophy as a whole, not to one country or another country, because entire Asia represents one ancient philosophy, that is ancient philosophy of Asia. That was given importance both by artist Tagore and art philosopher Ananda Commaraswamy. In that, Sthayi Bhava was given importance in her presentation. She was searching for Sthayi Bhava. Then finally, she told it is Shanta. Shantarasa is the most important aspect of the Asian philosophy. So, also she drew the very shocking information that education is an unidentified dead body. And in Sri Lanka, Ananda Commaraswamy is not discussed much. At least as it is discussed in India or in USA, he is not discussed here in Sri Lanka. And lack of interdisciplinary studies are coming now, and more narrowed down academic approaches are coming. So that was the worry which was expressed by Madam. So these were the deliberations. I think most of the things I have covered. So it was a very important seminar, and I am lucky to attend this seminar and to be a participant and a presenter, because I am living in Bangalore from last 22 years, and this is the first full-length seminar which at least I have attended. Others might have attended, but attended lectures or lecture series on Ananda Commaraswamy. Professor Kannan has given 3 to 5 lecture series in G.P.A. about Ananda Commaraswamy, which we are benefited. When S.K. Ramchandra used to speak, Ganesh has spoken. So many people have given lectures, Dr. Chudamani, Nandagopal, but to have a full-length series of sessions, it is a treat. So, and also the people with their distilled knowledge and wisdom, they have come here all the way, and they have, whatever they have done hitherto, and they have poured it into the minds of the audience. So we hope. Yesterday I was very happy and thrilled to see so many youngsters, so many young girls and boys visited this program, and they were there till the afternoon before I started my speech. So nothing against them. So just to close, as instructed by Director IJNCA Regional Center, I should take 2-3 minutes or 5 minutes about one aspect which was supposed to be covered, that is the nationalism in the views of Ananda Commaraswamy. In today's world, there is one popular saying in the academic circles that Rabindranath Tagore was not in favor of nationalism. You see the contradiction. Rabindranath Tagore or Thakura, he is the one who gave 2 national anthems to 2 countries. One is to Bharata, another is to Bangladesh. But in English literature classes and in sociology or political science classes, people will tell that, even maybe in history classes, people tell that he was anti-national, or he was not talking about nationalism. Yes, he was not talking about nationalism in the way Hitler was speaking, in the way Mussolini was speaking, in the way Churchill was speaking, in the way the leaders of the Europe in the First and Second World War time, they were speaking narrow nationalism. My way is the byway. My way is the highway. My national flag is superior to you. My race is superior to you. My literature is superior to you. My lifestyle is superior to everybody's lifestyle. That was a very narrow, territorial, geopolitical nationalism to which naturally he was against and many people were against. But he has very clearly expressed it in his book on nationalism. But somehow people are misrepresenting. In this sense, a great friend of Tagore was Ananda Commaraswamy. Ananda Commaraswamy belongs to that elite circle of Bengal, that Vichitro school, what was mentioned by Professor Kulkarni. So he spent many of his months in that family, and he wrote at least 2 books on this subject only, apart from many other articles. One thing what we have to see, what kind of advantage we are having, that in the words of Joseph Campbell, that we are all standing on the shoulders of Ananda Commaraswamy. Therefore we can talk. ನಮ್ಮ ಅಜ್ಜನ ಹೆಗಲ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಜಾತ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಮ್ಮ ಅಜ್ಜನ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ನಂಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ದಿ ಶೋಲ್ಡರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಾದರ್ ಆರ್ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮದರ್ in a mela and telling that I can see far off sights thanks to my grandfathers. I should not disrespect my roots. So Ananda Commaraswamy might have missed something, or he might be subjected to discussions. But yesterday what Ganesh used a very proper word, that he was undergoing a lot of rough weather. The condition times was such that if you are talking about Swadeshi, if you are talking about Khadi, you will be arrested. You will be sent to Mandalay, you will be sent to Andaman. Right? That was the socio-political cruelty under the British. During that time, one stream under Lokmanya Tilak, inspired by Dayananda Saraswati and Swami Shraddhananda and Sri Aurobindo, they started Bengal and the Southern Indian School of Swadeshi, where they gave importance to the Swadeshi commodity and the Swadeshi schools, Swadeshi colleges, but they took Swadeshi as a political movement under Lokmanya Tilak. He told that Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. He told that. So he was called by Valentin Chirol, the British agent, CID agent and officer, as the father of Indian unrest. So Nagarajji is there. He is an expert to speak about Indian revolutionaries. Everybody is an expert on the dais except me. Therefore, they have given the opportunity for me to talk. That is the beauty of this seminar. So, Valentin Chirol called Tagore as the father of Indian unrest. But Ananda Commaraswamy makes a very clear distinction. My understanding and my approach to Swadeshi is not political. It is artistic, it is spiritual, it is cultural. He told that what is Swadeshi to me is not writing on Rama or Krishna on Gangavatarana theme, but what colors you are using. Are you using Bengal colors? Are you using Madras colors? Whatever is available in your area, you have to use that. Once there was a discussion between Ram Swarup and Sampurnananda that what is Swadeshi? Because Sampurnananda, he ordered Swadeshi chappal was not available in Banaras, he ordered it from Ahmedabad. Then Ram Swarup is telling this is not Swadeshi. Swadeshi means the item which is available 10-15 kilometers, 20 kilometers in the firqa. The word is firqa. In your neighborhood, you have to use that only. Not Swadeshi, I will use the Swadeshi, some kind of rice and order from Assam. Because I am hampering the business of local farmer in Karnataka or in Mandya. So that should not happen. Swadeshi means by spirit, it should belong to that soil. So therefore, Nandalal Bose and many other people, they have to rethink about this concept. So that is one aspect of him. So in 1910, he has written a book called Art and Swadeshi. So it was not discussed, therefore I am bringing to the audience attention. Before that, in 1908, Gandhiji wrote in Gujarati, using both right hand and left hand, Hind Swaraj, coming from South Africa. Then Krishnachandra Bhattacharya's Swaraj in Idealism. These are the two important books on Swadeshi, nationalism. And third one is by Ananda Commaraswamy, Art and Swadeshi. It was published in 1910. It was published by a great nationalist, Natarajan. It is from Madras Ganesh and Co. Company, Notation Company. Even D.V. Gundappa, DVG mentions notation actually. This article, this collection of article is coming when the Swadeshi political storm was going on, doing Shivaji Utsava, doing Ganesha Utsava, Ganesha Sarojanika Utsava, what you call the public function by Lokmanya Tilak, and Lokmanya Tilak tells that we have to celebrate Shivaji Jayanti, and Tagore is writing Shivaji poem and that is sung in Bengal. That was the condition in India. That was little more to do with political things, to shake the British Empire or to challenge them. In that way, in that context, Ananda Commaraswamy is bringing a different flavor. He is talking about Kale, art, Swadeshi, colors, sculpture, poetry and Chitrakala, drawing. So and education. On these topics, he has written essays in this book. The name of the book is Art and Swadeshi, and at that time it was a very costly book. It costed 1 rupee in 1910. Very costly. The salary of a deputy commissioner in 1930s was 32 rupees. Means 1 day salary of a deputy commissioner of a district was the cost of the book for Ananda Commaraswamy. Means he was a very costly author. Whether he was getting royalty or not, I don't know. But really, his books were very precious, and it was priced 1 rupee. In that 13 articles were there. So in that, Art and Swadeshi, Real and Fake Swadeshi, So he tells that if it is only political, it is only peripheral Swadeshi. It should go to the art. Then only it becomes asli, real Swadeshi. The local craft, art and culture, then chemicals and colors, that is the one. Are you using the chemicals in doing drawings, paintings, or you are using the colors, native colors which are available through plants and other things? That is discussed. And the role of art schools, like already Havel's name came, the role of art schools in India means in cultural reawakening of India, what is the role Havel is playing by establishing art schools, and how more and more schools are required in India and every part of India. That is highlighted in this article. And about Indian art, about the study of Indian art, and another one about the facial expressions in Indian sculpture, and Mughal and Rajput paintings. These are the articles. And one interesting article he has written is that the effect of night in Indian paintings. In that he takes the example of the Mahashivka Bharat. Normally in South India, Shivratri is done in different way, whereas in North India it is the Vivaha. It's the marriage of Shiva and Parvati. Right? Therefore, for that there are many paintings in Rajput and Kangri paintings. He takes that example. The challenge for the artist is that it's the night time, because the marriage procession is going in the night time, and the artist has to use night colors, dark colors, but still it has to be seen. But it's a colorful painting. So how that is achieved and what is the significance of night, all those are discussed there. In that he also brings a point home that dark is not negative. Depicting dark black color is not negative. That point is there. I am not an expert on art, just what I have written many years back I am recollecting and telling. And about Punjabi songs he is talking. Nowadays Punjabi songs, Bhangra songs, they are so famous in Bollywood. He is talking about them way back in 1910. And Bharatiya Indian painting, the new school that he is telling. And very importantly, madam, sir, about education in Ceylon. He has written an article in this Art and Swadeshi. So means his subjects are varied, and it can lead to many people to continue, which many people continued actually in different parts of India. We all know that the Indian painting school divided into the Bombay School of Art, into the Bengal School of Art. Bombay School of Art became more and more modern. Means I am characterizing, I am not commenting anything. Bengal School became more and more into the nationalistic school of thought. That was the thing. And another book is Essays in Indian Nationalism. This can be read as in continuity with the earlier book, Art and Swadeshi. Here also, he talks about the greatness of Indianness, because at that time that was the necessity. See, how much ever we speak about a great personality, thinking them as universal, in spirit they may be universal, but navelleru kalada kusugalu. We are all born in one time frame. We are all influenced, however great or small we are all influenced by the turmoils or the impressions of our time and space. Therefore, his challenge was to establish that Bharatiyata, that Indianness, which he took up as an intellectual Kshatriya. I have written a book called Bauddhika Kshatriya, Intellectual Warrior. In that book, I have dedicated one complete article on Ananda Commaraswamy. According to me, like many other people like Swami Vivekananda, or like Ram Swarup or Sitaram Goyal, he is our Dharmapal, he is our intellectual Kshatriya. That is my understanding of Ananda Kumar, where the fine tuning of harmony of Brahma and Kshatriya takes place in Ananda Commaraswamy. In this, Art and Swadeshi is the first article which was published in Central Hindu College magazine. In that, he is already telling that Indian art has been neglected. Nobody is there to purchase Indian items, because Indian artifacts are called as Purani cheese. That's the word he used. They are described as old items to be disposed of. And what is the importance of bronze in Indian art, and the wooden art pieces in India, how those are replaced by European furniture and furniture from other continents, and rugs and carpets, and how they are all going as into the backyard, and how European things, European constructions, European architecture and interior design is taking place, is taking rooms, are taking and coming into our living rooms and areas of our living in our culture. How a living Indian artistic culture is considered as Purani cheese, and how the modernity is doing an attack on Indian art pieces in each and every home. For that he gives an example. Modern Indian middle class homes is a best example for vulgarity. If you want to see ugliness, you visit an Indian middle class home. They are all rich people drawing salary, but they are all going to market. They are buying some cheap European goods and they are keeping it in their homes, and they want to show off that we are not second to none when compared to the Europeans. This shows not superiority but inferiority of the Indians. Still they are subjected as colonial people under the British. Therefore, when you respect your own art pieces, you are, in a way, he is not telling, I am telling this, you are giving an answer to the colonial supremacy through your artworks. Artworks can, in a very subtle way, can exhibit your own culture. These like this, many other things he has told, and I will conclude. Last one thing about aesthetics, Saundarya. What is aesthetics? He dwells in a very deeper way in this book. In that he is telling, due to modern education and commercial attitude, we have reached to a second class level or vulgar level. He says, India, vulgarized by modern education and by the ideals of modern commercialism, will never compensate humanity for India with its knowledge of beauty. What India can give with its knowledge of beauty can never be compensated with modern commercialism and vulgarity of the modern education. In that, he finally tells that our houses should not be, our houses are today decorated with the art pieces, artifacts of porcelain, Chinese dogs and artificial bouquets and flowers, and he was dead against about gramophone, harmonium. He has written a separate article about the horns created by gramophone, by the invention of gramophone. And finally, he says that if India has to regenerate, India has to rejuvenate, if there is going to happen a resurgence in India, first it should not happen in the field of politics or in the field of economics. It should happen in the area of art. He says very clearly in this book, regeneration of India through art. For what we need is our own ideals, our own dreams, our own vision. Now it can be interpreted as impossible to achieve, but this is the ideal which our ancestors have already achieved. Like that, he is telling that the aesthetic understanding, the artistic understanding is not devoid of political nationalism. But what political nationalism is achieving in one hand, the artistic understanding, the aesthetic reaffirmation can bring India back into its pedal, and India can first understand itself and later it can lead the rest of the world or half of the world which are under the subjugation of one or the other colonial powers from Europe. Therefore, he was a man of cultural renaissance. People of cultural renaissance, they will have their own advantages and disadvantages, and in a samabhava, he took everything, but he never lost the balance. How much ever he was there with the European and the American atmosphere, his mind was always for India, which is already 2-3 times already been reiterated from the dais, that he wanted to come to India, come back to India, and he wanted to lead the Indian life of Vanaprastha with his wife. It didn't take place. I think wherever he is there, he will be happy that ICHR, IGNCA and Mythic Society jointly they are doing this seminar, and the coming generations will go through main works of Ananda Commaraswamy, neglected papers and articles of Ananda Commaraswamy. That is the real tribute we can give to a scholar, to read him passionately with all sincerity and try to apply it, adopt it into our thought, our art pieces, our artwork with whatever kind of modifications or things required in our field. Therefore, I thank IGNCA and the Mythic Society for giving me this double chance of talking before you about my favorite author, Ananda Commaraswamy. Namaste. Thank you.